Johnson, and we're joined now by the BBC's DEVINA GUPTA with the latest outside the hospital in Chiang Rai, where the boys will be discharged from. DEVINA, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone is indeed very excited with the release of the boys later today from the hospital in Chiang Rai. But a lot of psychologists are saying that apart from family support, they will need continued psychological support once they're outside again.
Absolutely, Rico, because it's been nearly a month-long ordeal for all these boys and their coach. Right now, they're on the 8th floor of this Chiang Rai Regional Hospital, and they will be discharged today evening. Now, not all of them, as Howard pointed out, will be going to a news conference that's been scheduled where they will be sharing their experience for the very first time of what happened inside the cave. Media outlets here have been asked to submit questions. So these questions are being vetted by a psychologist to ensure that they do not undergo the same mental trauma, because that's the biggest challenge. We've been given to understand that their recovery has been faster than anticipated, and that's why they're being released, they're being discharged, from the hospital a day earlier. But as the psychologist vets these questions, the main motive is to see that they're not troubled by the same memory. And interestingly, the families are also going to walk out with them from this hospital. And at home in their hometown in Mesai, there is a lot of celebrations being planned. One of the boys, Dom, who turned a year older in the cave, his father spoke to the BBC, and he said that they are keenly waiting to celebrate his birthday back home, and there will be a competition between family members that who gets to hug him first. So one thing is for sure, Rico, that these boys and their coach, the world that greets them will be very different from the world they left when they walked inside the cave. And they have to be a support for each other the way they were inside the cave, to ensure that they're able to cope up with the real life, because it's not going to be an ordinary life for them anymore.
And it's not just about the boys, DEVINA. The coach also went through a lot physically and psychologically.
Absolutely, Rico. In fact, the coach has been appreciated by the members, the family members of the boys as well, for taking care of them. Earlier, there were speculation that he could be held responsible for taking these boys inside the cave, but he has proven to be a mentor for them. He's taught them how to meditate inside the cave. He's even shared his food with them, and when the rescue divers found the entire group, the coach was the one who was the weakest at that point of time, and he was the last one to come out of the cave. He also sent a letter outside to the family, apologizing to the family members. And the family members have been very encouraging, saying that we forgive you and thank you for taking care of our boys. So for this coach, the 25-year-old who's been trained as a monk as well, it's going to be a difficult journey ahead. We also know from media reports that he could meet his grandmother later in the coming week. But he has been a mentor for these boys, and for him to come to terms to what exactly has happened in these 3 weeks will be a challenging road to recovery.
Indeed, challenging days ahead for the boys and the coach. Thank you so much for updating us from Chiang Rai, DEVINA GUPTA.